Economic reforms, new economic policy. Meaning of new economic policy. Policy which adopted by the government of India to improve the economy since 1991, known as new economic policy. Need for economic policy. The following reasons. First, due to increase the fiscal deficit, due to adverse balance of payments. Third, due to fall in foreign exchange reserves. Fourth, due to rise in prices. Fifth, due to poor performance of public sector undertaking. Sixth, due to inefficient management. Measures of economic reforms. Measures of economic reforms categorized into two measures. First, stabilization measures. It is short-term measures, correct weakness of balance of payments by maintaining sufficient foreign exchange reserves and control the price rise. Second, structural measures. It is long-term measures to improve efficiency of the economy, increased international competition by removing restriction in various segments of the economy. For these, new economic policy included liberalization, privatization and globalization. So it is called LPG policy. Liberalization, the policy which removes all the restrictions, became hindrance in the development of various sectors of the economy. Following reforms included under it. First, industrial reform. Second, financial reform. Third, fiscal reform. Fourth, foreign exchange reform. Fifth, trade and investment reform. The following reforms include in industrial sector. First, abolition of industrial licensing system. Second, decrease in the role of public sector. Third, dereservation of production by small scale industry. Fourth, price determination by market forces. Fifth, import of capital goods. Financial sector reforms. Under these reforms, various reforms were taken. First, reduced role of RBI. Second, new setup of private sector banks. Third, rise in foreign investment. Fourth, setting up new branches. Fiscal reforms. The following reforms were taken. First, reduction in direct taxes. Second, reform in indirect taxes. Third, simplification of tax paying procedure. Fourth, goods and services tax. Next, foreign exchange reforms. Under it, the government had adopted the following reforms. First, devaluation of rupee. Second, determination of foreign exchange rate. Trade and investment reforms. Under it, following reforms were taken. First, removal of restriction on imports and exports. Second, reduction of tariff rates. Third, removal of licensing procedures for imports. Fourth, removal of export duties. Privatization. Ceding of ownership or management of a government-owned enterprise, or transfer of ownership, management and control of government sector enterprises to the private sector. It is done to improve efficiency of PSU and increase competitiveness of the private sector. It can be done in two ways. First, by withdrawal of the government from ownership and management of public sector companies, and second, by outright sale of public sector companies to the public, known as disinvestment. Arguments in favor of privatization. The following points are given. First, reduction in budgetary deficit. Second, better management efficiency. Third, helpful in decision making. Fourth, profit oriented. Fifth, competitive environment. Sixth, increase in investment and employment. Arguments against privatization. The following points are given. First, social welfare neglected. Second, lopsided economic development. Third, concentration of economic power. Fourth, increase inequality. Globalization. It is the third component of LPG. It is important for the world, meaning integration of economy with world economy through removal of restrictions on trade. It aims to create borderless world. Argument in favor of globalization. The following points are given. First, greater access to global markets. Second, receive advanced technology. Third, better future prospects. Arguments against globalization. The following points are given. First, accrue more benefits to developed countries. Second, compromises the welfare of world countries. Third, increase economic disparities. Fourth, remove economic subsidy. Outsourcing. It is the outcomes of globalization. In outsourcing, a company hires regular services from external sources, mostly from other countries. It is a form of economic activity which has intensified in present times because of the growth of communication, is specifically the growth of IT sector. Most multinational companies and even small companies are outsourcing their services to India because these can be availed at a cheaper cost with reasonable degree of skill and accuracy. The main services which are being outsourced to India by the other countries are voice-based business process known as BPO, record keeping, accountancy, banking services, film editing, book transcription, clinic advice, or event teaching. India has become a destination for global outsourcing in the post-reform period because of low wage rates and availability of skilled manpower. World Trade Organization (WTO). WTO was founded in 1995, the successor organization to the General Agreement on Trade and Tariff (GATT). GATT was established in 1948 with 23 countries as the Global Trade Organization to administer all multilateral trade agreements by providing equal opportunities to all countries in the international market for trading purposes. At present, WTO has 164 member countries. Functions of WTO. There are various functions. First, it establishes a rule-based trading regime in which nations cannot place arbitrary restrictions on trade. Second, it facilitates bilateral and multilateral trade by removing tariff and non-tariff barriers. Third, it ensures optimum utilization of world resources. Fourth, it helps in providing greater market access to all member countries. Fifth, it provides equal opportunities to all countries in the international market. Arguments in favor of economic reform. The following points which highlight the positive impact of economic reforms. Increase in growth rate of the economy. Second, structural changes. Third, increase in foreign direct investment and foreign exchange reserves. Fourth, promotion of exports. Fifth, control on fiscal deficit. Sixth, reduction in deficit in balance of payments. Criticism of economic reforms. These are following. First, contradiction between growth and employment. Second, adverse effect on agriculture. Third, low level of industrial growth. Fourth, increased disinvestment. Fifth, ineffectiveness of fiscal policies. Over. Thank you.